Hello everyone, it's TheAustinB here, and today we're going to look at something that's been in the game since the release of Destiny, rocket velocity. Now, this is a well-known stat when it comes to rockets, but people may think it's either overly important or not important at all. We're going to see whether it is or not from my diagram and some tests that I've done. 100% maximum velocity is 90 velocity, 0% is 30 velocity or the minimum velocity. Just to put it in perspective, 90 is the highest and 30 is the lowest. The reason I only put up velocity time to travel for 5 different rockets is because it should give you a good general idea where your rocket velocity is at. Most people like to have the highest possible blast radius, which is indeed your most important rocket stat. Some also like to have a nice maxed out velocity as well. However, I do not recommend trading out blast radius for velocity whatsoever. We'll get to why that is soon. My first test was done from 100 meters away, a great starting point so I can narrow it down from there. The further away you are, the more important it will be to have a high velocity stat. However, if you're shooting a rocket from 100 meters away, you better hope you have some sort of tracking on there so you can hit your mark. I had a friend stand on a beacon and patrol to test the difference of a 90 velocity rocket and a 30 velocity rocket. As you can see, the difference is almost a second at 0.934 milliseconds. Okay, so from this range you have a decent advantage with 90 velocity over another enemy with a rocket at 30 velocity. I divided the difference 0.934 in half to get 0.467, which is the time for 60 velocity rockets at 100 meters. I added this onto 1.833 seconds to travel for 90 velocity rockets, and now we have 2.3 seconds to travel for 60 velocity rockets. Divide 0.467 in half, and now we have 0.234, which can be added or subtracted from 60 to get the numbers for 75 and 45 velocity rockets. Now that we have all these times for 100 meters, divide them in half for 50 meters, and again for 25 meters. The reason I said on screen this difference of 100 meters is unrealistic is because it is unrealistic. Most people won't ever hardly shoot a rocket from this far away, and if they did, they have nearly 2 seconds to find cover if they see it coming from the highest velocity rocket. So what about 50 meters? Well, it's still pretty far, but it's much more realistic than 100 meters. However, this makes the difference between 90 and 30 velocity rockets less than half a second at 0.467 milliseconds. At 25 meters, the most often used rocket range, the difference is less than a quarter of a second at 0.236 milliseconds. This could be just enough time for a shade step, but in reality, this is why I would never take velocity over blast radius. Up until I started testing it for myself, I realized the difference is so small that it hardly will ever make the difference for a kill or no kill. This is just a friendly reminder for those of you who do not know a good bit about this stat. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Take another second look at the graph if you need to, and take it easy, Guardians.